So today I'm going to make a digital illustration design to add to my portfolio, which I just started at the end of 2024. This time I'll be drawing Buxter, the bike owned by Indra Mahesa, aka Summer Loco. Yep, it's a Harley best chopper, the dream bike for a lot of guys. As usual, I'm using a free app you can download on the App Store or Play Store. It's called Autodesk Sketchbook. Oh yeah, if you want to order something to keep as a memento, as a gift, or just to hang in your room, you can check out my shop on the Orange Shop, Shopee. Just search for Mugshot 777 or type Mugshot 73X. There you'll find the pricing for the design you want. I started playing around with this app when I was about 16, so around 2014 maybe. Back then, the features weren't as complete as they are now. Like always, I'm going to take a moment to smoke and relax my mind. It helps me find a bit of inspiration and get into the right headspace before I start drawing. But I've got to remind myself not to overdo it. Smoking too much can really take a toll on your health. All I need is a smartphone, since I don't have an iPad or pen tablet, and then a pencil case and a stylus pen. Yeah, even though this stylus is kind of basic, it's still comfortable to use on a smartphone screen. So let's go. I start with a basic sketch based on a photo of Buxter from Instagram, drawing the outline I want. Here is the pen tool because I want the result to be solid and to look like cartoon animation. I started getting tired because the surface I'm using isn't really proper. It's just a pencil case. Finally, the package arrived. So I ordered a stand holder, which is actually for a laptop, but it works well for drawing on a smartphone or even an iPad. Let's open it. The stand holder from Software is sturdy and adjustable, so it's comfortable to use. When not in use, the stand can be folded up to fit easily in a bag. It also has a great design, so your electronics won't heat up to force on it. Coloring. The coloring process in digital drawing has several steps that makes the final result look cool and alive. One is flat colors. This is the basic steps where you fill in the large areas with the base colors without shading or highlight. Usually solid colors are used to set the main colors for each element, like skin, cloth, or background. Move to shading. One of the most critical aspects of digital art is mastering lighting and shadows. Once the flat colors are ready, you add the shadows to add depth and dimension. Shading is done by choosing darker colors in the base and placing it in areas that aren't directly hit by the light. This makes the drawing look more realistic and give a sense of volume. For instance, in this Buxter illustration, I want the bike to look shiny and metallic, so I'm carefully about where I place the highlight. For beginners, the tip would be to observe real-life lightning, like how shadows form on objects, or even use a reference image to guide you. This is the opposite of shading. You add light to areas hit by direct light. Use a lighter colors to create a reflective effect or to highlight areas like the tip of the metal, wheels, and also the lamp. This also adds a realistic touch, making objects look shiny or soft depending on the material. Detailing. At this stage, you add small details like texture or other special elements that enrich the drawing. For example, fabric texture, hair, or shine on metal objects. This is where you really polish the drawing to look its best. This is the optional. Some digital artists like to blend the shading and highlight to make the transition smoother. You can use a soft brush or the blend tool in the software. After finishing, sometimes you need a color adjustments to balance the contrast, saturation, or hue of the entire drawing to make it more harmonious or fit the desired mood. And after the initial steps, let's dive a little deeper into the process and tips of creating this kind of digital illustration. Adding background elements. Once the main sketch and base colors are done, I usually add a simple background to make the artwork more complete. Since I'm working on Buxter, which is a chopper, I want the background to complete its vibe. Sometimes I add a subtle grunge texture or a city street, giving the bike that iconic road trip look, so you can keep it simple or go detailed, depending on your style. There are times during the process when it can feel a bit repetitive or tiring, especially when you're working on tiny details. I always remind myself of why I start a project, like adding to my portfolio or improving my skills. Sometimes I look up to other artists and their works to find fresh inspiration. Digital art is all about passion and enjoying the journey, not just the final result. For anyone starting out, my advice is to set small, achieve goals, like completing one part of the drawing at a time. This way you stay motivated and don't get overwhelmed by the whole process. One thing I love about digital art is the flexibility to experiment with the style. For this illustration of Buxter, I decided on a cartoon-like finish with solid outline and vibration colors, but you can also try other styles like realistic look with smooth blending or even a sketchy, raw look. Experimenting with different styles help you find your unique voice as an artist. Don't be afraid to mix things up. Try new tools, even if it means going back and redoing parts. In fact, some of the best ideas come from trial and error. This drawing process is very flexible and can be adjusted to your style and goals. Some artists like a softer, more realistic finish, while others prefer a bold and pop effect. Looking back, it's crazy to think about how I started with just a simple stylus and smartphone. It reminds me that you don't need expensive tools to start. It's all about dedication and practice. Every time I finish a piece, I feel like I've leveled up a little. Digital art is a journey, and each illustration is a step forward. For those who are just starting, remember to enjoy the process and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. And yeah, this is the final artwork. hope you enjoyed following along and that you have picked up some helpful tips. Bon appetit!